It's Monday, July 14th. Welcome to Scouting the League. For a few NFL teams, it is this week, but for most, though, it is next week. Time to get back in the building, start climbing the mountain that is the NFL season. And while on this podcast, we have focused and will continue to focus a lot on the NFL draft process, the pro scouting process is also a huge part of what every team tackles. So today, I will hit on prepping for a pro season, and tomorrow we will focus on your roster. This week's Wednesday long format episode with former scout Michael Coe will hit on that as well. We will also be talking CFL scouting, training camp kickoff, international pathway program, and more over the next few weeks. But before we jump into prepping for a pro season, make sure you go over, like, subscribe, and share this podcast wherever you are listening and watching. Give myself a follow at RightStepADV. Check out my website at rsafootball.com. Check out my co-host, Neil Stratton. He is at Inside the League, InsideTheLeague.com, and check out his blog, SucceedInFootball.com. Also, make sure you head over and check out our new website where we are hosted, ProFootballInsiders.com. Follow them at pro_FB_insiders on X. If you are an aspiring scout or a current scout, make sure you check out thescoutingcommunity.com. Resources for everybody from data and salary surveys, insurance, and financial planning. Just getting you through a fall season or preparing you for your eventual first fall on the road. Thescoutingcommunity.com has a spot for everybody. Go sign up. Let's hop on a call. Let's get to know each other and help the scouting community get together. Not a union, but perhaps we will do some things that in most places a union would be there for. But like I said, not a union, so don't worry. We will protect you. We will help you. We want scouts to be recognized for the fantastic employees, fantastic and essential employees that they are to the NFL game. So what does prepping for a pro season look like? I spent 2 years as a pro scout, a little over 2 years if you count in that playoffs of the 2016 into 2017 year with the Falcons. The process, I wouldn't call it complicated, but it does involve a few different levels. Number one, the most important thing a pro scout can do, you've got to know your roster inside and out, upside and down. Every player, no matter what position they're at, you can't be focused anywhere. You've got to know your roster. You've also got to know your upcoming opponents inside out. And again, that goes beyond the roster to their coaching staff. Again, maybe some scouting staff. You got to know everything that team has going on. So knowing your upcoming opponents is essential. You also have to know who's on the street. Again, we got to know all these players, the short list, your street list. Who are those free agents, those potential free agents, those veterans that are going to step in and help you on a short week, short practice week, not a ton of meeting time, who are going to be able to step in and help you win games. And you got to lock down the identity of the team that you are going to be that fall. There is nothing more important than knowing, hey, who are we going to be? How are we going to be? Offensive focus, defensive focus, gritty, tough, finesse, high scoring, fast pace, all those things matter. You got to know who you are as a roster. Maybe that comes back to knowing your roster inside and out. Maybe that identity maybe goes to the head coach, the OC, DC, special teams coordinators. Again, you got to know all of that as a pro scout. And again, if you're on the outside, you really want to know your team, you can check all those boxes as well. So knowing your roster, we're really going to hit on that a lot tomorrow. We're going to talk about how to look at your roster. Again, numbers are at 90 now. We're going to get down to 53 plus a practice squad. You want to think about those competitions, those battles for roster spots that we're going to have coming up. We will hit on that tomorrow, so make sure you tune into our Tuesday episode. But again, let's hit on knowing your upcoming opponents. Early advances, preseason travel. One of the tough things for a pro scout, you're going to give an advanced scouting report. You're going to give some, hey, these are the guys, these are the shutdown guys, these are the back end guys, these are the guys who are going to play a nickel, dime, special teams. These are the guys to attack, these are guys to stay away from. You have to get to know those. As you're working through the preseason as a pro scout, again, really weeks 1 through 4 can be really tough because, again, you got to have a lot of that information loaded and ready to go. And you're going to be doing it based off projections, based off preseason games, based on who's oftentimes not playing in preseason games. That will tell you a lot about who is going to be a guy that's going to be starting. Again, you read news clippings, you listen to coaches, you hear rumors from practices, all these kinds of things as you get to know those upcoming opponents. That way you don't walk in week 1, 2, 3 blind as far as what this team's doing. You always hear rumors. Again, nothing truly hidden if you turn over the right stones. One of the really fun, cool parts, again, a pro scout is going to spend 90% of their time in a room, in their office, in their pro building. One of the really cool things during preseason is getting out, maybe hitting 3, 4, 5 preseason games, maybe more than that. Again, some swings when you start getting those early games staggered, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, maybe hit 3 games, 3 consecutive days, get to a bunch of stadiums, see a bunch of different places, see a lot of good football, and get out of the office. One of the grinds as a pro scout is you fall into your schedule from preseason camp time really hits week 1. You know what Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is going to look like week after week. The opportunities to get out of the building, to get to different stadiums is always welcome. That always happens during preseason games, getting out to some of these places, seeing what happens out there, and seeing some other scouts. Again, pro scouts largely more isolated, less network, less people they know on the road. Always good to get out there, see who else is out on the road. During preseason time, maybe you see some other pro scouts, maybe you see some area scouts that are out doing stuff, maybe you see some executives, that kind of people that are in the building looking at some of these preseason players doing some advanced stuff as well. Always a good time to get out. So early advances, again, start gathering that information just like a college scout does. The more information you have on everything with that pro team, the better prepared you're going to be walking in. It may be a play that you saw during preseason, something you saw on the sideline, something you saw guys messing around during the pregame. Again, a guy, wow, that guy can really sling it as a running back. Hey, if he comes in here, maybe we need to be alerted for something. So that advanced opponent, getting to know your upcoming opponents, especially early in the year, is so important. That's going to be a big part of what's happening during preseason. Of course, in addition to getting to know your own roster, working through that, thoughts of cuts from 90 down to 53, you got to start to think about those other players and upcoming opponents. Getting your short list ready is also a big part of what's going to happen. There's veterans, always veterans this time of year that, hey, we just haven't signed a contract. We honestly don't want to have to go through preseason. We don't want to go through training camp. We're established. They're going to show up week 1. We're going to know what to do. Also, contract considerations with signing after that initial cut down date, what that means for salary cap. Maybe we'll have a salary cap guy on at some point to talk about that. But again, knowing that short list, if we lose a player, if we lose a starter this Sunday and we need somebody right away, a veteran that can plug and play, who is that guy? And then again, on the back end, who is our street list, or who is that ready list? Who is that emergency list? Maybe some younger guys with traits. Maybe they're on a different practice squad. Maybe they'd be a poached guy, a guy that we would go and pluck off that roster somewhere. You got to have your list ready. Maybe it's 2 to 3 vets. Maybe it's some young guys, maybe 6, 7 total names per position. You're managing that every week throughout the season, but in preseason, you are really getting that list ready to go. Calling agents, hey, is your guy interested in playing this fall? I know he hasn't formally retired. Is he actually ready to go? Oftentimes that answer is yes. Whether that player is actually ready, hey, just wait, check in. Maybe it's an injury from the last season. Hey, where's your guy at? Maybe we're going to do all that kind of stuff. So again, all your lists that you're getting ready to go as a pro scout during that preseason time is going to help you operate that much more quickly and that much more efficiently as the season comes. When we start talking about locking down the identity of the team, that's going to be apparent. That's coming from the head coach primarily. Your head coach is setting the direction for the team. Most teams are going to have a saying, a motto, a mantra, something that is going to be a part of every meeting. It's going to be probably plastered on the walls. You, want to establish, is that who our team actually is? We're going to be a tough physical team. I want to see tough physical practices. I want to see tough physical players on our team. If it's going to be speed, finesse, hey, we're going to be a fast break team or a no huddle team. We want to see all these things happen. We also then want to see, all right, who are the guys keeping up? Who are the guys falling behind? Who are the players that are answering the bell? And who are the players that are looking to tap out? All these things locking down the identity of the team. Also a fantastic time where the assistant coaches who are going to execute that vision for the head coach have to be on board. You want to make sure, hey, all these assistant coaches, hey, as pro scouts, as scouts, you want to be evaluating in a certain way those scouts. Are they practicing what they preach? And when they come to the meeting room, they're talking about the same things the head coach is. I've seen times where, hey, yeah, they're clearly on the same page. There's times where they're clearly not. And you kind of question that. You put your notes down. Again, I'm not going to report these to the head coach, but I'm going to keep them in my back pocket because a conversation at some point will come up when it comes time to evaluate everything. A scout's job, my opinion, evaluate everything. Whether those notes ever leave your own notebook, evaluate everything. Be an evaluator. Think about things from an executive, a director, a DPP level. Think about it again. Keep those notes yourself, but practice. Evaluation is important. Okay, all of a sudden somebody comes to you, hey, what are your thoughts on this coach? We're kind of thinking about something with him. Hey, I got my notes over the course of this. This is what I have to say about him. Evaluate everything. That's not on the pro side for college guys. You're evaluating college scouts, college coaches, as well as you're out on the road. Hey, this guy's a fantastic coach. He's awesome, high energy. Would love to bring him into our building. I love pro scouting. Pro scouting is what I love to do. I did it for 2 years before I went on the Midwest. I love pro scouting. I love knowing what the landscape of the NFL is. It is so important. It is so fun. I prefer the pro game to the college game, but I still love the college game. I love good players, love watching it, but there's just something special about pro scouting. I enjoy it. Pro scouting is important. Again, if college scouts get forgotten about, even more so, pro scouts get forgotten about. Pro scouts are essential to every operation. They are behind the scenes, almost never get their name called, almost never hear anything about pro scouts, but they are essential. They are important. We love pro scouts. I love pro scouts. Pro scouts, keep doing your thing, keep doing your work, keep working hard to make the NFL what it is. Have thoughts, have comments, have questions. You know where to find me. Head over to X at RightStepADV is where you can find me. Again, tomorrow we will talk about breaking down your own roster. What does that look like? How do you do that? How can I start to think about, hey, from 90 to 53, how do we get there? Who's going to break this tie? What's going to break this tie? So make sure you tune in tomorrow. Make sure you follow Neil at Inside the League. Make sure you check out our Wednesday episode with Michael Coe _. Co-sign is where you can find him. Start hitting him questions. We will get those answered. Find out everything you know. Follow pro_FB_insiders as well. Check out thescoutingcommunity.com. Keep tuning in to Scouting the League, our daily podcast, and we will keep scouting.